Hello again, class. It is Tuesday evening, and I wanted just to quickly post a video. I thought about writing this in an email, but I thought it might be easier just for you to hear from me what exactly it is that I'm expecting for you to do in this week's discussion forum. And really, if you read through what the instructions are, hopefully it's clear, but if it's not, let me make sure that I make it as clear as I can. So what am I looking for this week? What I'm looking for, so obviously I hope that you'll do the reading, but really what I'd love to see is for you to think deeply about what it is that goes on in the world around us. I've made mention of this, that I want us to see career development everywhere. In fact, I saw somebody's already commented and said it really brought this student to terms the fact that there's so many influences that we see around us that have to do with careers. You know, I was in the dentist today, and I try to go to the dentist as little as possible, but when I'm there, it always tends to be, maybe you have not experienced this, but I have, that the dentist is always male and the hygienist is always female. So what is it about what we see as far as gender norms and expectations around us that make us think that that's how it should be? Or if you think about doctors, and we always talk about the doctor and he said this, right? It was his idea, and yet there's an ample number of female doctors. So what is it about these norms that we're living into that say this is who should be this, or this culture says this, or we're reading books and we see this, the snippet of something in the text, and it's actually talking about something that we go, oh my goodness, that's career development related. Or you're watching a show, and all of a sudden there's a scene that comes on, you go, oh my goodness, I see how that affects somebody's career development. Or you're reading a newspaper article or a magazine article. So everywhere that we look around us, there's something having to do with career development. Or something, some element thereof, right? All the things we've seen so far in Tang and the different texts and the different articles we're reading, they're all talking about this idea of career. And so what I'm looking for this week is, instead of you actually responding to the Schwen and Bass, which I hope you'll still read, because as I mentioned even in the video this yesterday, I've so enjoyed getting to know you and hearing from you in your responses and watching your interactions with the other class members. And really witnessing that you really are enjoying this text. And that would be my hope. My hope would be that you would really enjoy the content that you're reading, so much so that you would hold on to the book, you would give it to friends, you would suggest it to friends and so forth, so they would actually be able to benefit from the book itself as well. This week, though, you're not going to be responding to Schwen and Bass and how it interacts with the rest of what we're looking at in the course. What I'm looking for is for you to share 3 artifacts. Okay, so as I mentioned, it could be a TV show, a movie, a book, some excerpt from a book, maybe a magazine article or a newspaper article. It could even be a conversation, although that might be a little bit hard to represent as far as how you're going to signify the artifact. But I want you to share these 3 things, and they may be directly related. Maybe you're reading a book for fun that has to do, maybe it's a career book, I don't know, maybe it's something, what color is your parachute, and you read something, you go, of course that connects. But maybe it's something that seems a bit obscure. I want you to talk about that. I want you to share that with the class. Let me give you an example. In I think a week, maybe 2 weeks, we're going to watch a video from Dr. Meg J. Meg J is a psychologist, and the video, it's a TED Talk that she gave. I think it was titled something like Why 30 is Not the New 20. I had no idea about this video until several years ago, and I had this exact assignment in the class, and a student brought this video to my attention by one of her artifacts that was shared with the course. And I'm now using this video, and have for the last several years, as a great video to talk about emerging adulthood, that we see some psychological and scientific realities of emerging adults from the ages of 18 to 25, and she does a great job talking about these things and how our frontal lobes are not even developed, and so how can we expect people to know what they want to do for the rest of their lives and choose a major, and on and on it goes. But it was shared by a student. Could I have found it on my own? Absolutely. Would I have found it on my own? I don't know. But the beauty of this assignment is it helps you to think. You then get to share about career development. I should finish that sentence. Of course, you're thinking. It helps you to think about career development. You then get to share these rich artifacts with not only the class, but with myself. And you get to then write about how they connect to career development. And then I get to have these great treasure trove, really is what it is, of these great, brilliant minds of you and the students in the class sharing these ideas, talking about how you find them connecting to career development. And so what I think it does in a lot of ways, it kind of stamps, it solidifies, if you will, what it is we've been learning. And it helps us to then kind of have that, the career development goggles, so to speak, or the framework, this lattice that we're looking through, and we're seeing everything through this lens. And you get to then come and share those 3 artifacts. So as it says in the actual write-up, find 3 artifacts. They could be a number of sorted different newspaper, magazine articles, chapters from a book, video presentations, something like that, and share them either by way of attachment or URL. I do need you to share something with it. So that's why I mentioned that the conversation that you had might be a bit difficult to do. But take a screenshot of a book or something like that if you're reading on a Kindle, or even on your phone or something, and have some highlighted portions of the book that you're reading, or an article. If there's a link, you can, even if it's on Yahoo, something career development related, right? Send us a link, or send us a video snippet on YouTube or something like that. But we need something tangible, something we can actually click on and see, that's going to relate that artifact. And then I want you to respond with a little bit of an explanation. So again, they don't have to necessarily connect directly to career development, meaning they may not be from a career development related resource. However, you should be able to easily explain how they do indirectly, at the least, connect to the field of study. Think outside the box when considering what you would like to share with the class. Provide a brief paragraph or so description of why you found each artifact to be insightful and how you see it connecting to the field and study of career development and counseling. Additionally, discuss any connections you see between the artifacts and the readings from this unit and or past units. Okay, so you have until Sunday of this week to post this video. Okay, or these artifacts. It could be to a video. I'm not looking for you to engage in any sort of interaction with your classmates this term or this week. Okay, so I'm just looking for you to post 3 artifacts. So take the whole week to find them. There's no need to engage. If you post the 3 artifacts, each one is worth 1 point. If the assignment is completed as it's assigned, then you get all 3 points credit for this assignment. Okay, this is kind of a little bit of a reprieve, a little bit of a breather as we enter into the final 2 weeks of the term. I always like to have this assignment. And I do find that students are really grateful for this because they're not having to go back and forth and read everybody else's responses. Though I hope you will go through maybe this week or next week or in the following week and just kind of peruse through all the different artifacts that your classmates have shared and what they found to be really insightful and important when it comes to career development. Okay, so remember, no need to engage in conversation unless, of course, you want to. You might want to give kudos to your classmates, say, wow, that's great, I really enjoyed whatever video, or hey, thanks for sharing that with me, or whatever it may be. You don't have to, but you can. And these artifacts are not due until Sunday at midnight, and there's no need, as I mentioned, I want to mention it again, there's no need to engage in conversation. Find the 3 artifacts, link to them, show a picture, provide a brief paragraph explaining how it connects. Do all that by Sunday at midnight, 3 of them, and you get full credit for the assignment. Hope that makes clear sense. If you have any questions about that, feel free to send me an email, and I'll get right back to you. But hopefully that's been sufficient to clear up any confusion that may exist, given that this is a bit of a different assignment than we're usually used to working on the discussion forums in the class. All right, really looking forward to reading and seeing what it is that you share with the class. Hope you have a great Unit 6, and we will continue to be looking forward to seeing you online this week.